A big part of the Christmas spirit is to see the world with innocent eyes of wonder. And that's lesson is #1 New York Times kids bestseller by Fox and Friends co-host Ainsley Earhardt, Through Your Eyes. I love this book, my child's gift to me. We welcome her now from New York. And now, Ainsley, we're so proud of you. And
Thank you so much.
And as we all know, this is the time of year to take stock of who's been naughty and who's been nice. So we understand you've brought your list.
Okay, so I brought my
ahead.
Christmas list. I would say on the naughty list, and I think you would agree with me, Laura, would be the media. Many people complain that the mainstream media doesn't report the stories on this administration fairly. So I just think many of these folks that claim to be journalists, they wake up every morning and they think, I have an agenda to bash the president and the administration, and I refuse to put out any positive stories about him. Now, granted, there are some stories that might warrant their coverage, but there are many that don't make it on their air. And I just don't think many of them are objective or fair or balanced, and they're not staying on point and not being focused.
And yeah, 90% of the stories are negative, I guess. Well, you're just much nicer than I am saying they're just naughty. Yeah, I'd say, but
maybe
nasty,
nasty,
nasty and nice. We've come up with our new list. Yeah. Okay, what about nice? Nice is what we want to talk about at Christmas.
Exactly. So I would say the military. You know, if you think about it, especially with North Korea, we have men and women that are missing Christmas with their children this holiday season because they're fighting to defend our freedom so that we can live our lives and we don't have to worry about a terrorist blowing up a cafe where that's not the case, unfortunately, in other countries. So I'm very proud to be an American, and I'm so grateful for our military men and women that don't get the credit that they need, and I'm so grateful. And that reminds me, this, because you've mentioned my book, I really appreciate that. Dan Rooney, I had the pleasure of really getting to know him over the last year and his family, and he has served our country, and he was coming back from a tour in Iraq, and the pilot came over the loudspeaker and said, please take your seats, stay in your seats while we remove a casket off this plane. He looked out the window. There was a flag-draped casket being wheeled over to a family, and a young woman was there with her son, and he thought, who's going to teach that little boy to play baseball? Who's going to put him through college? And he decided he was going to be the one. Since then, his organization has raised millions of dollars to put kids through college. And Laurie came on our show, and he surprised me, and he said, Ainsley, because you're from South Carolina and because you've given money to Folds of Honor, I presented him with a check because of our viewers who are amazing that bought the book. And he said, because you gave us $50,000, 10 kids are going to go to college. He went down the list. He said, I picked out kids that are on the list. We have a long list of people that want this college money because they've lost their parents who have served our great country. And he went down the list and found people from South Carolina, my home state, and put together a video. So God bless him.
Oh, fantastic. What a great story. What a great Christmas story. Ainsley, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much.